Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Up-Beet Dietitians podcast.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the pod. Happy New Year, Emily. As we're recording this, it's New Year's Day.
Happy New
Crazy.
Year, Tide Buds and
Happy New
Co.
Year. Actually, we should have said that in our last episode that came out because we had a new one come out today on New Year's
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
So happy belated New Year's. We're a week
Yes.
behind. To celebrate the new year, to kick us off, we are doing a diet review because we know you guys love those. Talking about something called Nourish today, which maybe this is very niche and only we've seen it because we're dietitians.
I feel like this is going to go like one of two ways. Like, it feels like it's everywhere for us and it's nowhere for anyone else, or it actually is everywhere.
Yeah. So if this gets like 2 views, we won't be surprised, but
It's
hopefully,
us.
yeah, this is we are our own target audience as always. But
Yeah.
we've both seen tons of ads for this on TikTok. That's why we decided to talk about it.
Hmm.
I had actually, what did I do? I like recorded a video or something for them. Did I tell you about this?
Yes.
I don't think I told you guys on the podcast. So, was it like 2022 or something? I don't know. A couple years ago, I was reached out to by someone at Nourish, not to like work for them, but they wanted like to have me make a few videos that they could like post on their own social media. So I did. They're out there somewhere in the multiverse. I don't know what happened or where they're at, but
Somewhere.
they're out there somewhere. Actually, one of my very loyal followers, shout out to whoever this was. I can't remember who she was. I apologize, but she was like, I think someone is like scamming you because this Nourish account is posting your videos. I was like, no, 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 it's okay. They like paid me for that. Like, it's okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love how they saw them.
People are seeing Nourish if she saw that video that
Yeah,
my face was on.
yes. Shout out to them though, because there are scammers out there. So
Yeah.
they were worried about
There's
you.
remember that TikTok account that was like trying to be me and like posting my stuff?
That was weird.
They still exist. They haven't gotten taken down. They don't post anymore, but occasionally I'll go on Tud's account because they blocked me, of course. I'll go on Tud's account and see if they're still active and it's still there.
Little do they know we have all these backup
I
accounts
know. I
to
have so
get
many
around it.
TikToks. So sneaky.
But anyway, we're talking about Nourish today.
Anyway,
And New Year, same memo. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube, exclusive content on Substack, and we're gonna get into it. I hope other people know what Nourish is and it's not just us. Otherwise, we'll educate you. It is, it's been advertised as like having very accessible healthcare, especially with dietitians. And
which,
that's like their whole thing that we've seen. And
yeah,
maybe it's our For You page there, but they're really advertising dietitians, which I don't know the last time I've seen any type of company advertise specifically dietitians.
no,
We've seen licensed dietitian nutritionists, we've seen certified nutritionists, we've seen nutrition professionals, never just dietitian.
no, no. They occasionally, like in their marketing, they will use the term nutritionist just to, I think, be accessible because everyone knows what that is, but not everyone knows what an RD is.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's like their whole thing is like dietitians are who they employ and who their clients work with, which
Yeah.
my biased opinion is that that is pretty cool.
Same. We're like, yeah. That's why they
Finally.
keep showing the ads to us.
I know we really are the target audience here. I bet no one has ever heard of them besides us.
And your one loyal follower who
Exactly.
thought they were scamming you.
Exactly.
Shout out
Which
to them.
shout out to them. If that was you, please message us slash me because I want to thank you again for that.
You get an honorable mention as a
Yeah,
Tide
you
Bud
do.
for that. But
Speaking
anyway,
of though, they on their website do claim to have helped 100,000 plus clients. So I guess
they've been
it's a lot of people.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just a scammer. As we keep.
Yeah. Although, okay, we should probably talk more about what they actually are. I keep getting us sidetracked. So
Mhm.
like we already said, their main thing is staffing dietitians to provide telehealth. And based on what they say, I'm assuming they do provide MNT, which for those of you who don't know is medical nutrition therapy, which is what makes dietitians stand out compared to nutritionists, personal trainers, that sort of thing. We are the only legal people, along with, I think, MDs actually, technically, that can provide MNT. Because of this, that's where insurance kind of comes in and gets super confusing. And I'm wondering how it's going to change if others follow
Yeah.
Medicare and Medicaid's guidelines.
Yeah.
Because Emily and I have briefly mentioned this before, I think in a bonus episode, but Medicare and Medicaid have been covering telehealth for MNT for dietitians for a few years now, thanks to COVID. But they are planning on stopping it slash are putting it on pause. It's very up in the air right now. I keep getting updates in my email like every other day about what's actually happening. But as of right now, Nourish claims that 94% of Nourish patients pay $0 out of pocket, and they accept hundreds of plans in all 50 states. They do note that Medicare and Medicaid only accept a diagnosis of diabetes or renal disease, which is what historically before all this COVID stuff happened, Medicare did cover for MNT. Um, and that's where I was saying, I wonder if that will change if other insurance follows their guidelines.
I think it unfortunately will change. So right now, I'm hoping they can like grandfather people in at least to get some type of support. And I
Yeah.
believe that a lot of them pay $0 out of pocket
Oh, yeah.
because oftentimes nutrition counseling is covered. It's just never advertised.
Nope.
And with the whole telehealth component, it's going to be very tricky because our
That's the
jobs
thing.
are,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it's insurance is the issue,
Yeah.
a
Cause like I see lots of
revolving theme.
Medicare, no, literally, I have lots of patients who are Medicare and Medicaid that are covered in person, but with this new change, telehealth will not be allowed, which is so, oh, so maddening. Like it just, oh,
It's like they want to make nutrition less accessible.
I truly don't understand the reasoning because they're getting more people being seen. I just don't get it.
I don't either. It doesn't
Um,
make sense.
but anyway, like I said, a lot of insurance companies tend to like mirror what Medicare and Medicaid do. And so I wonder how Nourish will have to adjust their telehealth, which is like their whole thing. It's all telehealth.
Yeah,
If
which is
that will,
nice. Like,
it's, I was going to say it's like our first positive review, I think, because this is a really
yeah,
great concept. Like we need more of this, especially if it's covered by insurance. A lot of private practice dietitians don't take insurance. A lot do, which I also
yeah,
am curious about how they're going to progress going forward. Um,
yeah.
but anyway,
But
this is a great concept because telehealth is obviously more popular, which is why it's also so stupid that they're going backwards in Medicare and Medicaid. So anyway, as of right now, this is a great thing, and I'm glad it's happening.
yes, I feel like it's like we finally have a good thing, and I'm
I
so ner
know
like it's fine.
this is we've been doing this for like what 3 4 years. This is our very first positive review, and still we have to say, well, it probably won't last though because literally it's too good to be true.
Yeah. And they do offer like self-pay
Yeah, which isn't too
options as
crazy
well.
priced.
Yeah, $145 a session where like if you really want to see someone for whatever reason insurance doesn't want to cover telehealth and you find someone that you really resonate with or connect with, there are still options for that. It's not just insurance only. And they accept like they can also you can also use your HSA and FSA
Mm-hmm.
cards, which is like really nice.
Yeah,
And
super cool.
if you're accumulating money there, then it can go toward this. It's a medical need.
Oh, it totally is. I will note that 145 a session I said is pretty cheap, and it is for like private practice dietitian like prices. But they do
Hmm.
suggest, I think, seeing your dietitian weekly on Nourish. Well, that would add up
Yeah.
fast.
Yes.
If it was like a one-time thing, which you probably could do a one-time session, just like get your questions answered. I could see that being a little more feasible.
Hmm.
But 145 a week would be pretty pricey, pretty fast for most people.
Yes. Ugh,
Which again is why having insurance cover it is so awesome.
I know. we're gonna just, you know what? There haven't been any changes yet with this, so we'll appreciate it while it's here. I'm sure Nourish is fighting the government and insurance companies and advocating for the importance of telehealth.
I was thinking that earlier when I was looking them up and doing some research. I'm like, they gotta be in all of the different senators' email inboxes, just saying, "Hey,"
Yes.
because I know I have been, and a lot of my coworkers
Hmm.
have been, because this is such a stupid transition.
Hmm.
So hopefully, a big company like these guys are doing some heavy lifting for us.
Yeah, hopefully. But their main claim to fame, like we talked about, is they have dietitians on staff.
A
You
lot
have
of them.
access to all of these, like over 1,000, which
Mm-hmm.
is crazy. And you can like sort through them by their different like specialties, like choose your character, choose your
You really
fighter.
can.
If you have like gender preferences, specific credentials, it really helps from like a filtering standpoint. Like say for instance, like we would maybe I don't know how specifically like an anti-diet approach would be categorized on
They
there,
have that. They have
but
like intuitive eating as one of the
okay.
like approaches.
But you could do like intuitive eating if maybe you have like diabetes questions or needs you need answered or helped with. You can sort by that. If you prefer a woman, you can choose a woman. If you, whatever it is, they allow you to sort through it, which is super nice. I'm like super nitpicky about like therapists, and I feel like this has like this similar energy, which is nice that you can like really categorize them by what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that too. Like, I know BetterHelp is not the best service. I hear a lot of bad things about it, but
Yeah.
it seems very similar to that, just in terms of like the concept,
Hmm.
where they have tons of like providers available to choose from. Find one that fits you the best. You can switch at any time, I'm sure. So it really is like the RD version of BetterHelp, but hopefully better and not as a terrible experience that I hear from people about BetterHelp.
Yes.
But yeah,
Hopefully
I
not.
was just now looking at their like find a provider page, and they've got like everything, like Crohn's disease, hypothyroidism. Like you can see if the RD specializes in like sleep, intuitive
Mhm.
eating. This one says research focused. So I guess they like are into looking at research, accountability, all kinds of cool stuff. So, ooh, weight neutral. That's a cool one.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, meal planning. Oh, like Jewish and kosher diets, Mediterranean
Oh, that's cool.
diets. So like you can get very, very specific, which is awesome.
Hmm.
The one thing I have noticed on the TikToks is they will go back and forth between posting about like eating disorders and also weight loss, which I don't love. It's, I think, hard to be able to offer both of those services, to say, oh, we're weight neutral, but oh, we also offer weight loss support. But at the same time, they do have 1,000 dietitians, and you can just kind of pick which one would be the best fit for you. And hopefully, you would know that if you're pursuing an eating disorder recovery dietitian, to not pick one that claims to be a weight loss dietitian.
Yeah. And I feel like there's got to be a way to like vet them first, like where you can meet
Exactly.
them. And then, like, if you didn't mesh well, you can deter.
And hopefully, your dietitian too would be like, I actually have noticed that you have some eating disorder red flags. Let's get you with Sarah instead. She'd be a better fit for you. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
I'm into it.
Yeah, this is a good thing. Let us have it. Play
Please let us
at
have this.
insurance company.
And there are, like, if your insurance only covers in-person services, look around. There probably are some in your area if you live in a bigger city. I know if you live in the middle of nowhere, they probably don't have any private practice dietitians, but your local hospital likely does have outpatient services. And you can just get a
Mm,
referral from your doctor and just get right in there. Chances are your
sweet.
insurance covers something for
Yes.
dietitians.
Yeah. You just have to ask. Insurance
Exactly.
isn't really always the most outward about what they cover.
They don't want you to use their services because
No.
that costs them money that you give them. For our fellow dietitians listening or RDs to be, they are hiring. I don't know. I've heard on like different like RD Facebook pages, different things about like it's hard to get in and things like that. Because it seems like a pretty cool gig. I mean, flexible schedule, set your own hours, work remotely. They claim competitive competition. Have you heard anything about what that actually
I
entails?
I've gone down a rabbit hole
I
and
figured.
I'm hearing like very conflicting things where like you need X amount. It's like base salary with commission essentially based off of how many sessions you have.
Yeah.
And you need to have a certain amount of sessions a week to be considered full time. And I've heard a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people struggle to get enough,
Mm,
where like they're now part time and people are having to pick up like side jobs. Um, but I've seen the average paying being like 38 to like $45 an hour, which like isn't that bad, but
it's
also like
competitive
competitive, but also you need like a consistent patient load
to
then
like
to
meet those
like,
hours.
yes, to get
Yeah.
that full-time benefits. Um, I don't know. I've seen some people like really love it, and I assume they have a full client load. And I've seen some people that are like, I have seen it's like hard to get accepted. People say that you need like a lot of experience apparently to be
Mm,
hired on. Someone with like 3 years specifically said they were denied because they didn't have enough experience. I'm like,
dang.
how many more years in three do you want? Like 10? Um,
Hmm.
but the biggest thing really is being able to qualify as full time, I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which I don't know if like they have to do the marketing for you, but like the people have to choose you. So I don't know if like, or I guess maybe I could see it being like, I just want a diabetes specialist dietitian, and then they'll randomly pair you up, or if you find someone specific you like, you can do that. But I can kind of see it having like a similar private practice feel where like you need the patient load to be making
Yeah.
adequate amount of money.
I
But the
know. I
flexible hours are nice.
and it's
Working
all
remotely is
remote.
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wonder how many of their employees this is like a side gig for them. Just
I feel like that's a lot. Yeah.
little extra income.
Yeah. Which wouldn't be bad. Like if we wanted, like say we were 10 years from now, we're doing podcast stuff and social media full time, but we still wanted to reconnect with the people. This would be nice for that.
Yeah, it really would
So I
be.
feel so I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad about like you being treated poorly, which is nice.
No, from like a client perspective, I've only heard good things.
It's just more like the pay discrepancy. Like, I haven't seen anything also about like benefits. It's mostly about like salary I've seen.
Which I mean, that's just the theme, unfortunately, for our field is inadequate pay in most positions.
Yes. But
Uh,
yeah.
which has to do with probably a lot of times insurance not even recognizing us.
hmm
Anyway, that's a whole other episode,
I
although we
was
have
gonna say
dedicated a good 15
we
minutes to it
found
today.
I was like, we still find a way to be grumpy,
We
even
literally
though this is
do.
a positive review.
This is a positive named podcast. Like we're literally called the Up-Beet Dietitians, and we're rarely happy.
You guys, we just like the pun. That's why.
Yeah. And it hopefully sucks people in and they're like, oh yeah, happy dietitians, good vibes. And then you get here and they're like, wow, those grumpy witches.
They are liars.
They are so not upbeat.
No,
You know
but
what?
I'm
We're
excited for
realists.
Nourish. Yeah, we are realists. And I'm excited for Nourish. I hope
Me
they're
too.
successful. The biggest thing is the telehealth thing. We're going to see what happens
Yeah.
come 2025. All
Well,
right.
kind of a short and sweet one today, guys. This is again like a
Yeah.
very happy, positive review for once. We didn't have a lot of deep diving to do. We didn't like look anyone
Yeah.
up or,
Yeah.
good
No
old
one was
LinkedIn.
suspicious. The most we did was the deep dive of the dietitian pays and the disgruntled people there. But
Yeah,
someone's always going to be disgruntled when it comes to nutrition.
it's so true. If you guys have used Nourish as a client or a dietitian, let us know. Leave a comment.
Otherwise, TikTok is just pushing it on us. Maybe because we're dietitians.
Yeah.
Maybe they're really spewing out the big bucks for those marketing ads, at least.
Can't
But
blame
good for
them when you've
them.
got like Noom and everything like everywhere.
Yeah.
Noom, this is not a Noom review. We've talked about this, but they got to be paying some big bucks. They're everywhere,
Yeah. I
everywhere.
feel like those big businesses put like the majority of their money into marketing
It's
and nothing
crazy.
else. Thanks for listening, guys. This was fun. We'll see you next week. And be sure to go check out the bonus segment on Substack. We're going to be talking about New Year resolutions, maybe New
Ooh, okay.
Year perspectives, how we will be this new year. We'll see what 2025 has in store.
Maybe a little more
All
upbeat.
right,
We'll see.
maybe. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.